I don't know how exactly this is going to go down. I haven't ever really recorded a video in a while. I'm using a digital camera because for whatever reason my smartphone just decides, nah, I don't want to work. But I've kind of gone through an evolution of just self-hosting and learning way more about networking and becoming way more interested in that. So I kind of wanted to just show what I got going on here. I'm in my own apartment now. I'm not in a house, living with my family anymore. So I think kind of the first thing that I want to go through is behind here is this Lenovo here. I'm not sure I can get a good, but that Lenovo is my, that OpenSense router. It's just a simple i5 7500, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 or 256 gig SSD with a Intel, I think it's an X2 something 10 gig dual port card that handles, you know, obviously routing and my tunnels between sites and whatnot, because I have a tunnel to, because there's my main service line, which is Spectrum here, and then across the hall in the laundry room there, it's a utility room as well. So but this server here, this is a Ryzen 9 3950X, 64 gigs of RAM, and then two 1 terabytes in RAID 1. This is my Proxmox node with all of my main services on it. This has my web server, this has one of the DNS servers, and this has a bunch of other services on it. Runs all my containers and whatnot. I prefer not to use Docker because Docker annoys the fuck out of me. I just don't really like the network stack in it, but it I don't really have a problem with it. So, and I'll show you on the dashboard, you know, kind of how that's set up. I use LXCs most of the time for most of my services that I back up offsite and to this NAS here. This NAS has 8 6 terabyte hard drives in it, 64 gigs of RAM. Like, I put the specs all there. I should probably do that for here too. You know, all that is right there on those labels, and then I have 2 extra drives. So, you know, that runs my main services. This runs like my Jellyfin service, the invite service for it, the other DNS server, or the DNS sinkhole, because I use Pi-hole on here, and I have Pi-hole on here. In case this server goes down, it can send requests to here. And this one has a less strict block list policy. This one has a way stricter list. So yeah, this has a B450 Strix gaming board in it as well. And then you see this one down here. This is and there's Noctua fans in both of these. Be Quiet's in this one. As you can see, there's Corsair Dominator RGBs in both of these. This one is a Ryzen 7 5700X, 32 gigs of RAM, then two 250 gig drives with 6 4 terabyte drives in it. This is RAID Z2. I think I did RAID Z1 on this, because this runs TrueNAS, this runs TrueNAS, this runs Proxmox. So I built this one within the last month here, because this primarily has my ROM storage on it. So, and like my games and whatnot. So, you know, then we go to the switch here, and this phone is from work. I work for a MSP, and they have me do VoIP, so I just have a test phone here. You don't really have to worry about that. That's not a main fixture of the setup. But this is a Edge Switch 48, 750 watts. I did buy the SFP Plus 10 gig adapter, so that goes to the LAN on the router down there, and that provides 10 gig because I believe that the modem is 2.5. I have to see and make sure that it can be negotiated at 2.5, so I think it auto negotiates to gigabit. But as you can see, there are actually physical labels on these. I have to add a label to this one because I believe that this is the TrueNAS server for the ROM storage. So yeah, this is my main switch going in. And then we have my RStack node for RStack things. And then I have my two NVRs, and there's this really long HDMI cable that I have for this. This has like a Ryzen 5 2400G, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 256 gig single drive because it really doesn't matter. I back up everything to this anyways. And then, like I said, these are my NVRs pretty much because there are 2 free licenses. I got this one free from my boss at my previous job, and then I got this for about like $300. So, and then I think this is a 1500 watt UPS. I replaced the battery in it like this year, so that was fun. This was a failed project, like so. And then I use Ubiquiti APs as well. There's one here, and then there's one in the living room. And it covers the entire apartment, so yeah. I'm gonna go on to the software side, so I'll be on my computer over there. Alright, there we go. So let me go turn this down a little bit. Alright, so this is my dashboard for Dashie, and this kind of goes into all the stuff that I have going on here. Like I said, I have an OpenSense router, I have my main node, and this has all my specifications for everything. So, you know, the DNS singles, like, obviously, like ROM is here, which is the like ROM management interface. I'm gonna go and okay, that way then I can so basically I could just click here and it will go to the to where I want to go. I have some of this through DNS, so if I want to skip the warning there, I could just do that. And I have that through Nginx reverse proxy, so, and I used Pi-hole for that as well. But yeah, like I have a lot of my services on this Proxmox node here. And like I said, this is that 3950X, 64 gigs of RAM, and then the 1 terabytes. So if you go to disk, so, and then I also have like TeamSpeak. I have a lot of services I still need to add to the Dashie board here. Like this one I just set up yesterday because I have a Bamboo Labs 3D printer, and I kind of want to get away from using Bamboo Labs software. Like I'd prefer to have my own slicer and whatnot. I have the 2 NVRs here. I have the RStack node just completely in its own category. And then, like I said, like this one is I have services at my family's house that I have like 3 nodes worth of stuff there. Like I have another TrueNAS server over there that is an offsite backup with 8 terabyte hard drives, and that's I think in RAID Z2. So I have like about 34 terabytes there. Um, Puffer panel for multi game. Like I have amp as well because I was trying different panels, trying to find uh, ones that would be better than others, or I have Crafty controller because I have hosted Minecraft servers, which you know, and this is through a tunnel um, to that other site. So let me go and pull up. Um, let's see here. Where is it? Um, yeah, there it is. Hmm. Oh, that's why. I'm being silly. I used to have a crafty controller install over here at my apartment. It's good that I'm checking this. But yeah, I have like my old creative server I converted over to here because this used to run on a Windows VM. Now that's converted over to Crafty here. I have a Cobblemon that runs a vanilla Minecraft, and then my girlfriend's modded server, which I think she's gonna take that down. So I may just end. I'll stop it because there's no point. Because she said that she's gonna repair it anyways. So, but yeah, like there's that. Um, I do have yeah, on the TrueNAS here. I have to add some of the services from here, but as you can see, like Jellyfins runs on here, Image runs on here, Piehole runs on here, so you know, and because my image, I've been trying to find ways to move away from Google as much as possible. Image is, I highly recommend it. It's very easy to set up through here, and I have it passed through where the store, where I could literally share things as if it was like a Google Drive pretty much. And that's kind of what I want to set up as my next thing is so that way I can move all of my stuff to syncing on my phone. Like I've been trying to find a good notes app. I've been trying to find a good I've been trying to find good apps because I don't mind using multiple this is kind of what the server was built for, was just main storage. Um so and then obviously this is for like friends and family for the invites to get to the jellyfin. Because this Wizar makes it a lot uh, easier to get that set up, and it makes it kind of more of an automated process. And like I said, this Pi-hole instance is quite literally just backup DNS. So um, that was pretty much it for the TrueNAS server. Like I said, I have to add the image link to my dashboard. Um, I have to add I already had the other Pi-hole. Wizar isn't already in there, so I just have to add image to it, and that's good to go. And then like I had said, the ROM server, all it has so far, and I could host servers out of it. I just haven't done it yet. Um, But yeah, so um, this, like I said, this server was built more recently. Um, so this one doesn't really use, like, I have Samba active on it, but I don't use the share because it just, to me, um, it is literally only to be hosting this, which, um, so now if I go and hit here, the thing that I need to do is make it so that way, like, specific services, because right now I just have it pinging for if this server goes down, I'll know that that service is a part of that server, but I'd like it to be individual services. Like, I think the Jellyfin has that, but going into it, yeah, like I said, since I have APs through Ubiquiti, I have Unify OS to manage those. Collection, um, as it states here, is used for documenting like physical items, mostly our physical media collection, because like uh, I want to kind of keep that in one place because me and my girlfriend have a bad habit of we'll buy a game and then we get home and then we found, oh, we didn't actually need to buy that game. So, you know, I have two web servers here. This goes to the website that I've been like making. I may upgrade it to use Tailswind CSS. So right now it's just running a very basic page. Like all this was done by me, no AI bullshit, no none of that. It it's been me making this. And like the contact form works. I haven't gotten the server status. I want to do that as like my next thing. Um, I have this entire tutorial here that I will make into a video. But it pretty much goes into setting up the and I'm sorry that all this looks kind of weird. Um, I kind of had to convert this from WordPad to just this raw HTML CSS. So some of it looks a little weird, but and then the next thing I need to do honestly is do IPsec tunnels. The download portal here has the mods for Cobblemon. So if you're part of my Discord server, you're able to uh, get the mods for it because I want to keep it where this was accessible to people. Download button actually works. You can download it and download straight from my server. Um, and so the reason that there's two is because for whatever reason, the CSS implementation that I have for whatever reason wouldn't work just by hosting it from here. So I had to make one for www dot as well. So when I update it, I update both these servers. It is probably good to have both of those as like two separate things anyways. So yeah, and then I have like I said, like the tunneled stuff. So if the tunnel goes down, I'll know that it goes down. Because this will all go red. Same with this. And this, like my girlfriend's network in the laundry room there is kind of a test network for both of us, as well as for me to show her how to do certain things. Like this switch is a basic 8-port managed switch, so I could teach her how to do like VLANing and whatnot. Um, I have her website running. I need to update, I think, the I need to update the IP on it because I thought I had DNS working, but apparently I did not. So I have to figure that out. But her node is very basic. It's just an i3 8100, 8 gigs of RAM, and a 28 gig, 128 gig SSD. I kind of want to upgrade it because that Proxmox node would not be that bad. It's ITX, unfortunately, so. Like, it was only literally made to be a router. And then, and it was for a short time, but, yeah. So, she's using, her OpenSense router is a physical box as well, because these are all physical boxes. Because, what I found was I had a lot of problem with IOMMU when I virtualized it on my main node, so I stopped doing that because it just had too many problems. So, like I said, the Synologies are an indoor and outdoor NVR. They're not accessible from the outside. You have to VPN in to get to the cameras because I am not stupid. And you should never, ever, ever have your cameras be accessible from outside of VPN. Like certain services like this, you literally have to have a login to get to it, and there's no registration that you can set it up with. Jellyfin's kind of the same way. Like this is private. Like you could do a forgot password, but it won't do anything. ROMM is also the same way. I use the local IP when I'm on the network, but like if you don't have a username, you can't do anything. So Nginx Proxy Manager Plus is also the same way. This is a bad idea to share outside your the network, in my opinion, because it has such control over like setting up your services. So yeah, and then I have the switch, which the switch I could easily show this because it doesn't really have any like anything real crucial to it. So probably needs a firmware update anyways, but we're not gonna do that. So yeah, this is my main network switch, like I said. I have not software labeled any of this really, besides for the 10 gig in, because it's 10 gigs in. The rest of this is gigabit, but what I plan to do is get another 10 gig in switch, and I plan to basically have port 50 go with a copper like SFP to SFP like copper DAC cable instead of you doing Ethernet to the SFP, or yeah, like copper to copper instead of SFP to Ethernet, because the SFP to Ethernet adapter was like, it was like $50 or $60, but it's like I knew that it would work with this, so but yeah, so this is my VLANs. So these are all truncated ports. Obviously, you want to trunk. So obviously left this all by default, but I did trunking for certain VLANs. Like 16 is the RStack VLAN. 15 is my regular server VLAN. So I think I left these trunked because of the input, because the 48, I know this will make networking people cringe, but I either use port 1 or port 48 when feeding into another switch or when feeding in. For this, I used port 48 because it just is like, I kind of wanted to cluster things together. So But yeah, like the fact that I filled up like this many ports, I could probably have gotten away with a 24 port or 16 port, but like, because let's see, that's 8 right there, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, that would have been close. But yeah, so that's that. Um, and again, with the R stack, if you don't know what R stack is, it's just basically, I kind of lay it out all here. Like, this is a ways to find TV shows or music legally. Like this is all just, the funny thing about the torrenting client is that right now I have it running Windows, which is really bad, I know, but it's because I VPN with this, because I've tried to set it up with Linux and it just went horribly every single time. And there's no good, like, the gluten and implementation on here. The script hasn't been set up correctly, so every time I've acquired it, it just hasn't really worked very well. But, you know, uh, this just runs a Windows Server VM that has Molvad on it and qubit torrent, because I can access the qubit torrent from like from the web interface, wherever qubit torrent went. Yeah, like I can access it from there. But yeah, so um I was trying to get my own SMTP node going here, but I didn't do that yet. iVentoy obviously is iVentoy, which is pretty much just Ethernet. It's a Pixie server. I have a couple of things going on it. I have like Linux Mint, Windows 10 IoT, and Hiron's Boot. And Vitalis, I think it is basically supposed to be an alternative YouTube dashboard, which is what I was trying to look at because I wanted to try and move away from using YouTube's main dashboard. Dgoog is, I hate the name of it. It's my default search engine, at least on LibreWolf. So if I were to go to like, what would it be? Like, let's look up cats with Dgoog. So this is accessible on the outside. I have it on my phone. Pretty much what this is a search aggregator that goes to all these different search, like I said, aggregators and or search engines, and aggregates the results. So, because I hate AI, I don't think anybody should use AI. I think it's a horrible mistake, and it's been being proven to be a horrible mistake for humanity. So I want to try and use AI as least as possible. So my way of doing that is setting this up and trying to self-host everything that I can. I also don't like that Google is moving away from the users being able to actually use the search engine to do the function of searching. They want to take away your ability to have knowledge, pretty much, and to search for things yourself. They want to feed you things, and I don't really think that leads to a very healthy society. So, while some of these things, they're not perfect. Like, I've had many a times where I do a search with Dgoog and it fails, but all you have to do is just rerun the search and it'll be fine. Obviously Dashi's this for me to see all of my stuff. This NX Witness, I have a doorbell that's an Amcrest doorbell, and it would not function like I didn't want to pay for another license for Synology. So I set this up, put all my cameras on it, because I honestly want to move away from using the Synology NASs, but I also like having the extra space that those provide. But pretty much this is where my doorbell cam, it's able to store footage to the file server. Uh, because I have 4 cameras, 2 on the inside of my apartment, 2 on the outside. Uh, one faces down the main hallway in front of the door. One faces down from the kitchen uh, into the kitchen and the living room. 2 face the outside. There's no one camera in the bedroom because that's creepy and terrifying. I don't want a camera near my bedroom. Um, so, you know, this pretty much captures the footage and I'm able to review it on my phone. Uh, so, and obviously a TeamSpeak server because I've been trying to look into moving away from Discord because I'm not fond of Discord at all. After the move that it did of, well, we have to, do the ID verification, got to make sure you're an adult and all that. And it's just like, I literally paid for Discord Nitro for like several years. So like, you know, but yeah, obviously there's the uh Nginx web servers that I have here in here. And then the wiki I set up because my thought was that that's where I put the tutorials, but I'm kind of like trying to think of what I want to do with that because um I want people to be able to add to this, but to make it accessible on the outside, and give some people a place to put knowledge, like it's both like how things are going is like a little bit like terrifying for me to think of that, but because I want to try and make like deploy out a forum because I that's the other thing I don't like necessarily about Discord too is that it's taken away the ability for forums to flourish, and you need to be a part of those communities to get to the knowledge. Whereas like before, it'd be like, oh, niche thing from 10 years ago, I'm able to find that online. It's like now you have to go to another person's Discord server or another like company or whatnot, and then what happens if that Discord server that Discord server gets deleted because of this or that, like you're losing all that knowledge. So I think honestly that kind of puts everything into perspective. I would show the tunnels and my OpenSense setup, but I don't really feel comfortable with if I were to reveal something like on accident, like let's say I do go in and uh, you know, because I have a WireGuard VPN on both the house network and the apartment network that you can VPN in, and you can see the um, you can VPN in and like look at everything as if you were on that network, as a VPN does. Because that's what I do when I am at work. Because I'm hybrid, so 2 days in the office, 3 days at home. I bring a laptop that has the VPN, and I basically block all of my traffic and tunnel it through the VPN. I don't do a hybrid approach of having it go through the tunnel, but it use the because they have a guest network, so I just route all that through there. Um, but yeah, um, there's probably going to be more services that I add onto this node because this is that node. Like I said, it's the main node. I do have, like I said, offsite backup. Like that is if I go to backup jobs. It goes monthly. Um, and I also have the services from the house network here back up to my file server as a monthly backup because I want to, and I try and keep at least 2 to 3 copies. So, the only other thing that I really want to do is get most of my important files. I have an 8 terabyte hard drive. I want to get most of those important files onto that 8 terabyte drive, which I think I BitLocker encrypted. And I do have the key for it. If anything, I'll just reset it. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's all that I can talk about. Like I said, the future plan would be to set up a forum. I have to just learn how to run through the process of setting that up because I mainly use and um I mainly use the um community scripts um to spin up the containers and everything. So these are very, very, very nice. Um, Also, oh yeah, another thing that I should probably mention. On a few of the servers, like the web servers specifically, anything that's outwardly facing, so like all this, all these, and I think the RAM, I used CrowdSec on installed on those besides for Jellybean. I used CrowdSec to try and eliminate the possibility of DDoS, but obviously, like, there's only so much that you can really do there. So, but yeah, I know that this was a bit of incoherent rambling and everything, but I just kind of wanted to show off this because I'm actually pretty proud of the progress that I've made. Um, I used to have very limited knowledge of networking and whatnot, and I feel like now I have a way more like fundamental understanding of it. Now that I've sat down and actually have started services and started doing things, and so I just wanted to talk about that, and I guess if anybody would be interested in kind of learning and whatnot, I'd recommend your first thing would be to build your own OpenSense router and maybe set up a computer for virtualization. And because I kind of started, I had a couple of towers, like one was from work and the other was like I had a few, like I had a file server, and then I had 2 like Dell Precisions. One of the Precisions I use at the house. The other one is retired because it uses DDR4. And with how expensive all computer parts are right now, as much as I would like to use that system again, I don't really want to spend like $300 on RAM. So, but yeah, because that's my next upgrade is that this node that hosts the game servers and everything, I plan to upgrade that because it's not a bad system. It's just it's using a Sandy Bridge Xeon, so I want to kind of move away from at least using Sandy Bridge because unfortunately Sandy Bridge now is gonna start becoming a bit of an issue for certain things. Like right now, it's fine for hosting these servers, but I'm worried about if game servers use more difficult instruction sets to or newer instruction sets that the processor may not be compatible with. So, and also the power efficiency. It's a very power hungry server. So, but yeah, I'd recommend taking like an old desktop, putting Proxmox on it, taking like an older computer as well, and putting OpenSense on it, and just kind of, or pfSense. Realistically, like OpenSense is just a fork of PF, so you do either of those and start just learning about it. There are certainly things that I don't know, but I figure, like I said, if anything, you can learn how to do some of this stuff, and it kind of helps open a lot more doors for you in the future. So, um, if any of this interests you or anything, you could always feel free to join the Discord that I will have below. Like I said, when I have the forum up, I'll get that going and, you know, have people join and whatnot. For right now though, like I said, the Discord is what we'll have, and we'll, you know, I'll expand it all later and whatnot. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and yeah, if there's any questions or anything that you have, just feel free to let me know in Discord.